Hello, Glitch Reaper here again. I've got a new sub for my sub wall. It's Gabriel Nyman. Anyhow, other than that news, it's time to prepare to retire this Furby sword. Yeah, it's been good and all, mostly, but the yelling in my ears is kinda gotta stop. So, yeah. Now, you may be wondering how I'm planning on retiring this sword with something better, and as I kind of stated last time what I was going to do actually, I was going to create a couple of swords, one of which is almost ready. I just need to get enough magicum for it, and the thing about this mod is mana and magicum are hard capped. You can't just overpower this by having such a huge maximum that you can basically disregard this whole thing. Instead, you've got to kind of strategize here. Now, mana can be recharged in a couple of different ways. One is kind of an automatic slow thing that happens over time, especially during the daytime. But magicum, you gain it only whenever you're using magic, and it goes away slowly over time. The fact that this would normally recharge slowly and that goes away slowly would mean that you'd probably not be able to achieve this 200 it needs. But the actual way this is kind of meant to happen is the other way of getting mana is to, well, whack something and get some mana back. Now, this armor, as I've explained before, the meteor set, hey, look, something to whack later. Anyhow, the meteor set has a special ability to stabilize magicum, as I mentioned earlier in the book. And I should go over the recipes of the things I'm going to try to... Ooh, right next to me. And then he teleported right back onto the automatic Furby killing machine. Well, he just doomed himself nicely. Thank you. Okay. That was interesting. Okay, as I was... interruption already over. Thank you very much for that. I was going to say, there's a couple, like something else I figured I can make that would go with something I already have. I actually have made a special kind of arrow, a meteor arrow. The thing is that the bows go by the level of arrow, not just the fact it is an arrow. So they're kind of compatible only with certain ones. Now the emerald bow says arrow level 2 to 5. Arrow count 1 to 2 I think would be what's normally used or shot at once. And it has a special ability of 60% poison. So 60% of the time when hitting, it'll poison them, which is really cool. The arrow speed is 120%, so it shoots it fast, and the draw duration is only a second. So this is a fast bow. Now, the thing is that it requires only emeralds, lapis lazuli, and some copper wire. I have some copper, and you only need 2 of them to make 4 copper wires, so you'll basically have 1 left over. But this process will use about 37 mana, and it won't use up any magicum. Now, as for the 2 swords, on the other hand, I'm going to make, those are the ones that are sort of problematic. You got the magical star sword, which is basically maxed out 200, so I'm going to have to kill something and then very quickly get to that table. And there's the Meridium one. This takes a few different things. I'll have to set this up in advance, then prepare again, because this will require some different essences than the other one. But as I explained before, this mix of traits kind of makes it stronger overall, because it's a 20% chance of withering an enemy that you strike, and it has an area damage on right-click effect, which is really cool. So I'll have to set that one up a little differently. Right now, I just need to concern myself with powering up and then making this sword. Now, I have a strategy for that already. Now, as for what to attack, and yeah, thanks for the experience, auto experience. Thank you, thank you. That was nice. Anyhow, as I was saying, the thing is that you can actually cast magic on yourself, and it produces magicum, as long as it's certain types of magic. So, because I have the life aspect here, I can keep boosting myself with that, and keep powering it up. Now, remember again, whenever, as I showed off in the showcase, you hit the attack button to fire magic at other creatures and areas and things, you use the right-click or use button to use it on yourself. So, just a quick reminder of how this is working here. I may or may not be having audio trouble. I think I've got things plugged in right. Yes, I do. But sometimes this comes out later, and I know the sound of That's weird. Why is that not making a sound? Oh, there it is. I don't know. It sounds intermittent. I'm not entirely sure. I'll deal with that later. See, I got myself a lot of magicum because this wand is really powerful with it. So, it has a special ability that it produces just a humongous amount. It's like 168%. So, yeah, that ought to make this get earned super quickly. In fact, I think, although the numbers are covering that, I think it says it's at 187 out of it. Now, because of my magicum stabilization, I should be able to prepare something to whack really quickly. Yes, a few Furbies should do nicely. I think I'll just spawn a couple of regular ones. Thank you for having craftable spawn eggs for them. Yeah, the mod really helped me there. Okay, just need to keep casting that. Okay, I think that's maxed out, so now I need to just... really hope I'm not having too much of an audio issue. Oh, it's only 80? How is it only... oh, okay, again, the numbers were kind of covered up, so oops. Now I'm gonna have to check that out very carefully. This is supposed to stabilize my magicum, so this process takes some time. Okay. I didn't realize that the numbers being covered would be that bad. It must be that I'm kind of spying the end of the meter itself. Okay, let's not go by number. I can see the meter itself building up. It's not quite there yet, but it's getting there. You know, I should probably make a few more of those to get more mana from in advance, since I know I'm going to have to deal with that. So, yeah. There we go. Okay, that's just a few more. Okay. Okay, what's it say I'm at? Oh yeah, that disables all. Alright. Oh wow, I'm very close. I'm very, very close. And it is stabilizing it. That's good. So, a few more casts of this. It looks like about one more casting, and then I should worry about my mana. There's a slight cooldown time in between, so there's a factor. Okay. Okay. And retrieve. Yes! Oh yeah! I got it. I got it. Oh, this thing looks awesome. And I completed the entry. Oh gosh. Thank you. Thank you. Of course, it tells you all the stats here, so completing the entry is just like going up the other research. So I don't know exactly why that's a big deal. But anyhow. The Meridium sword, I'll need to get 2 of the Meridium, some Quicksilver, and a stick. I have all that. I'll need to make sure to... that could be an issue, although I do have shield somewhere. That I may also be able to cast that on myself a few times, because I want the Vita essence in it whenever I'm preparing. Aqua is also something that normally goes together with this to form a special combo. And I'll need Fulmin, which is Flash, otherwise known as Lightning. So I got that sword, and I'm about to get this one. So if I prep these things in, it should be fine. Meanwhile, I'm slowly recharging my mana, which I'll need to get more magicum anyhow. Okay, now the thing is, whenever I got those at random, I got about 4 each, which isn't the highest amount that you can get in this version of inventory pets, actually. The highest amount I think I got was 8 of something, and that was, oh yeah, let me see here, a few down. I got 8 fire arrows at once. How lucky is that? And these are not, repeat, not from Zelda Sword Skills, which do have a similarly named arrow. These are from Thumbcraft. These are primal arrows. You'd have to do some thumbing around to get these normally. Reminds me, while I'm here, I'll grab the Quicksilver. Oops, wrong Quicksilver. I just illustrated that point to myself earlier. What am I thinking? These do not correspond with the Ore Dictionary, so even if there was a specific setup that said quicksilver is quicksilver or is mercury or whatever. That actually being what you process into it in this, which is same thing. I mean, in real life, cinnabar is what you use to process mercury, so you may see that in other mods, not just Thaumcraft and Magicum, by the way. So I'll need to do that, get myself a stick. Do I have a stick already around here, or do I need to get another stick? I think I need to get another stick, but that's okay, because I have a reserve. This is what this is here for. Stick. Your stick. Okay, I think I got this right. I need to... Those... Uh-huh, okay. So I'll need to swap these things around a little. Okay, that needs to recharge. I think that'll be one of the things I need in there. I got the stick. So now it's saying what I need to have in with it. So I need life essence, flash. Need to put the water back in, although I'd prefer it to recharge itself a bit first. So while I'm doing that, I'll get my flash essence. This is kind of nice, but at the same time, I found that it didn't really do the job as much in there. So I probably won't be using my magic the same way as I was before. Because it kind of didn't work out as I expected. So that goes there. These two are recharging. I mean, it took a lot out of them. I mean, those are some heavy aspects there. And meanwhile, as I was showing before, I need to get a few supplies from my new bow. Because this'll be easy. Okay, I need 2 emeralds. So this will be for later. 2 emeralds. 1 lapis. And this is okay. In fact, I can do this in quick crafting, actually. So what I call your, kind of your, you know, right in here in your usual inventory. They also call it inventory crafting, by the way, so there's other words for it. I call it quick crafting because you can do it quickly without having to use a block. So, I guess you could say that these things give you expanded quick crafting, because they give you, like, the full 3x3 square crafting portably, which is really nice. Okay, so I got my stones almost recharged. I might as well just put this up, since I'm not going to be using it right now. I think this goes here. Space needs to recharge a bit. Oh yeah, I need my water essence there. So this is almost ready, but I will need to do another quick set of castings to work this out. The bow won't take much of an effort, but this sword will, so I'm going to concentrate on that for a few moments. My space essence is recharged, that's nice. Okay. As I was saying, I need something to cast on myself, so barrier essence, otherwise known as shield essence. That should work out just fine. Okay. Now I have all the components I need here, except a very large amount of magicum, which I completely burned out on that one shot, as you can see. But this thing gives you a higher amount per. So, again, I'll go to casting this. Wrong button. Was it? Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Wait a moment. Seems if you do it on yourself, it doesn't work quite the same, although this effect is really awesome. Oh, that's why. It really is a barrier, and you run into it and you get hurt. I see. Okay, you got me there. Okay. That was interesting. So, note, never cast this directly on yourself, despite the fact that you'd think that would give you resistance and stuff. It apparently does not work. So, yeah. Okay, so while that's gonna recharge very quickly. And yeah, the more you use at a time, the more you get. So there's a reason why I'm just quickly spamming the controls here. Well, it's not really too spamming it, actually, so it's not too bad. But anyhow. Okay, my barrier, it's more than halfway through if I'm seeing my meteor right. So that's really good to know. This is building up really fast, but I'll need a lot more. Okay, I need to recharge my mana anyhow. Okay, more Furbies need to bite it. Okay, Furby, you're going down for a good cause. Me. Okay, that recharged a pretty good chunk of the way in one shot. Nice. Okay, so back to... Why is my hunger still stuck that way? I mean, it really is stuck that way. Is it like... Yeah, it's like jammed or something. This may take a little slight bit of time, but I need the cow. The cow isn't removing my hunger. You're supposed to debuff the debuffs, cow. What's going on? Hopefully that changes over at some point. Maybe I'll need to relog or something. I don't know. Either way, I'll concentrate back on doing this. Okay, so that's almost ready. You can see how the cost goes up and Magician production goes up as you use more. This should finish it off. Oh yeah, that totally worked. Got him. Ding. Oh yeah. Go back to my inventory and recharge there. Item sword. Okay. Research completed. That's whatever this is, that doesn't complete it. I need like everything to be able to figure out what that is? Is that even a thing or work in progress? I don't know. I don't know. But either way, this is what I want so I can fire those meteor arrows. So I'm almost done with doing 3 very powerful weapons. And again, this one only takes magic. Although mine is really, really depleted right now. So that takes care of that problem. Yep, wrong thing. Emerald bow. Oh, that's 3 in a row. Sweet. Okay. I think I'll leave this little crafting component back here. It just this extra. I have these 2 here. Now I can also reveal kind of my plan for them. Because I can duplicate books whenever I want. And that is really handy. And this is, oddly enough, because of all things, Mr. Crayfish's furniture mod. Some people may be familiar with why, but if you're not, here's basically how this goes. I'll show in the back in a moment. I mean, that's going to take a little while to recharge anyhow, so there we go. But yeah, you use ink, wrong one. You use ink cartridges. They're not really expensive to make, even when you need to make them. They're just stone around an ink sac. And any book you put in the top, it'll have a progress bar, it'll refill the ink from the ink cartridges, and as this progress goes up, eventually it will complete a book. So, if you take one from the bottom and you have a book up there, whether it's an enchanted book or a book in, or maybe a written book, I think you can do written books as well. If you take this out and you leave that in, then it will keep making more books, so you gotta be careful about that. I think I can enchant this bow with these enchantments. I got some from fishing, and some are really good bow enchants. I don't think you can enchant certain things onto a bow directly with this version of Battle Gear 2, which is the 1.8 version, because they were doing certain things in alignment with 1.9 as certain things were starting to happen. So bow drawn back and bow luck, I don't think you can enchant a bow with them directly at all. I think you have to fish it out or trade for it, or find it. I think basically they're treasure enchants, which is the new term for those that you just can't do directly. So yeah, I can put this specialty book back up, and I can then do some stuff. I'm very annoyed by the fact that my that will not go down. It really won't. I have no idea why the hunger bar will not go down. I think I have enough levels for this, but I could be wrong. Pretty quickly too, because these are some very big expensive ones, so this could be a really big deal. I think starting up, I'll do the Magical Star Sword. Wow, that is too expensive. I can't do that. I'll have to enchant it another way. I could do the books fine. What about the bow? Is this too powerful? Okay, I need more levels, but I can do it. So that makes things a lot easier. I just can't do the swords. Or is it that neither of them will work? Yeah, these are considered too expensive, so I'll have to enchant these some other way, but at least it's considering them enchantable. Yeah, that I might actually be tempted to use that. Okay, well first, old trick time. Bottles O enchanting do have an EMC value with Project E, even if they don't in Equivalent Exchange 3. And do I have any more? Nope. I'm temporarily. I thought I heard one. They're not on top of my subs statement. They're not. Okay. Anyhow, this should get me to level 30. I think. This should be my big preparations for my big launch, because if I got this working out fine, not quite. Thing about experience is after a while it gets more and more expensive to do levels. So while a stack of bottles of enchanting is good at low level to get you plenty, whenever you go higher and higher, you just need more and more and more of them. So even though this is a good combination to use, the fact is it gets progressively more expensive. So yeah, there is that. So now I barely have more than enough. So that should work it. I think I have enough to rename. Yeah. Because it does poison itself, I'll call it the Toxibo. Okay. And that just burned up just about everything. Oh, wow. And I need to recharge my experience again. Although it seems my hunger is not technically going down. Not entirely... wrong one. Not entirely sure why it's doing that. It's just kind of stuck. I'll go ahead and get 2 of these, because I'll need a lot. Okay. Is that not... okay, that wasn't exactly on target. I thought I did it straight up, but I did not. There we go. It's a lot easier to do it this way. If you have a lot of bottles of enchanting for one reason or another, this is a great way to just discharge them all. Just aim straight up and gather it directly. I wonder how enchantable these are, because they could be like really enchantable and be like, it takes just a few levels to do big enchants, or maybe not. I think I have Enchant View on. And it works a little bit differently in this version since it's past 1.8 and I see more Furbies over there. Okay, so I need more bottles of enchanting and to whack those giant Furbies. So yeah, I'll get to them in just a second. Right now I need a little bit of recharge, because, you know, just in case, because I'm going to be enchanting a couple objects here, and I don't know how expensive it's going to get. I may be able to add on to them later and it'd be less expensive, because sometimes it's less expensive if... oh, really? Oh, well, I am going to whack those anyhow, so maybe it'll put me over. Oh, there's a lot of them over here. Yep, that put me over. Thank you for the experience. Nice of you to volunteer. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, I was gonna do this, so I might as well get myself some lapis here. Because you will need some for the... Yep. Wrong button. Okay. Sure. I don't need that, I just need 7, so that should work. Okay. I can just put the whole thing in here. Okay, smite. I'd rather have full-on sharpness. Okay, so sharpness 4 and looting would be okay. That is looting 3, so that would be pretty fair. So, what Enchant View does in this version, since it's past 1.8, is instead of just showing you what they're going to be, it also allows you to reset your enchantment seed by putting the item back in immediately. You don't have to enchant another item in between. So it comes in handy that way. This still isn't like better enchanting where you can choose everything exactly, but it works. So I am going to go ahead and pick that. Wow. Okay, apparently how it works with these weapons is the enchantment is entirely focused on attack, not magical damage. So this is now a plus 25 damage sword overall, and it has looting, which is of course awesome. Now that basically bored right through 3 of my levels, and I'm not sure if that is a visual thing or not, but that is just kind of annoying. Okay, so let's do this again. Because I need to make sure that I can get these to work out fine. Okay, that burns through the rest of that. Okay, so let's do this from Varitum Sword, and I should have 3 very serious weapons going on. Ooh! Unbreaking 3, Sharpness 4... automatically. It doesn't have looting, but I might be able to find another, like, pure book of that eventually. Let me just give it a few runs. No. Oh, wait. Bane of Arthropods 5. I don't think there's any arthropods big enough to really need whacking that way. I mean, if it was for the Wither. I mean, Smite 5 is good for the Wither. Bane of Arthropods, we don't have a giant bug boss right now in Minecraft. It'd be kind of interesting. I have a giant spider. Okay, Sharpness 4 is about as far up as it's going before I have to recombine. Fire Aspect. That would really combine with Wither, because if it's burning from fire and Wither, you've got them in more than one way. There'd be only like a couple of mobs that would be immune to like both effects, so that's actually pretty nasty. I do have an auto repair ability. So yeah, I think I'll go ahead and take that for now. So, oh gosh, these are so painful. I can retire this sword in peace, because I think I have enough here. Now, I can combine them with Poison Tip 3 easily, because I can make that using Evilcraft stuff. Let's see, do I have separate books I can use to recombine? Because I might be able to, like, rig this special here. Those are specialty books I've got already ready. Those are shields, armors, bow only. I have Sharpness 5. I can copy that. I have Pure Unbreaking 3. I don't have Pure Looting right now, though. I mean, I could remove it temporarily from this one and duplicate it. Because I can actually do that using Evilcraft stuff. So I could actually remove the looting effect, duplicate it, and put it back on. So yeah, I could recombine this a few times. So I may tinker with these weapons a little bit more in between episodes before I do my big run. But right now I have my void chest parked in an interesting spot. Okay, see this slime block here? This is marking the area directly over where I believe, I've kind of estimated this more, the royal chamber is in the gnomish city. So it kind of sprawls over, and let me see if I can... Oop, it missed a bit. Come on. Trees, trees. Trees, please. Okay. Now that's the gnomish city over there, and it kind of wraps around the area a bit. and kind of like a maze-like structure, as you could have seen from me trying to go through it. It's pretty big on the down there. Now, it goes pretty far down, and I've kind of used this X-ray trick a bit, and I think I know what where the royal chamber is, because I've looked different angles, and it doesn't seem to always render it as well as it could. I've done it from different points of view, and I think I've found out where it is. It should be kind of under here. But I have like a portable version of this. I'm just using this for illustration, but I've got a portable version of that anyhow. It's called, for some odd reason, Better Foliage, while looking very nice. Also gives you random X-rays when you simply have a log on top of any block that resembles dirt. It's kind of funny. I mean, that's like so easy to use. It's hilarious. And who needs like a dedicated X-ray machine when you got that? Okay, I think I'm officially done for now, and I can tinker with those more later, since I know that they have a enchantment problem. The ones I've ready for them are officially too expensive. Oops. I can return these. I overdid it when combining this. I realized that I overdid it a bit. In fact, I don't know if I can use these particular books because of that. Well, sometimes you just gotta keep trying things until you get one right. But yeah, I mean, the bow worked out fine. I mean, this thing is going to be immensely powerful. I need to test that on something at some point. Maybe just as an opener. Next episode I can hit really, really hard. In fact, I might be able to do that now, real quick. As an illustration. Do I have that in here? No. Oh, no, I know where it is. Never mind. It's still in the chest. I haven't pulled it out yet. Oops. Oh well. I'll get to that later. Okay, let me get myself into position here. Okay, since this has been running on for a while, and you now see some things I'm going to be using for some of my ultimate weapons against Denaria, mostly anyhow, and some of my enchanted book plans and stuff that I've been working on again. Next episode, I'm going to try to fight her directly. I'll probably have my weapons tinkered up with enchantment by then to make sure that they're just perfect. I may switch out my armor to a even more powerful set than I've used before. It could be an interesting shot to see if she can take down one of the best sets of armor ever made. But I might also just use the star metal set, because I already really like that one. It is really tough. But if I find her particularly annoying with that one, I will up my armor. So we'll see. I mean, I've heard so much about this. I am really excited. So briefly in the next episode, or at least hopefully briefly into it, then I'll be fighting an Arya. So this is Glitch Reaper. I hope to hear from you all soon, and I am signing out. So goodbye for now.